Um, if you guys were here or wondering why there's two videos of this stream up, it's because I had power difficulty. The power went out in my area and it was down for a while. As the power came back, I unplugged the TV, hooked up the game back up, started it all up to reboot the system, and I knew, if anybody knows, if you have power go out, somebody hit the cable, or if it just unplugged or anything like that, you can continue off from where you're playing from. Well, as I try to, get the live stream back up going, the power immediately went out again. So I decided to go ahead and wait for a couple of hours till everything was settled down. We got a nice little windstorm and rain going on, but around the area, the electricity system can get knocked out pretty easy. But we are continuing on with the live stream. As you guys see, it is 2nd and 6.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
We've been able to run the ball pretty effectively against Philadelphia. And that's what we're going to continue to do as we're able to get to the edge, outside edge.
The red zone here at the 22-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And in that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he'll go down.
That might be a first or inches.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When the hitch route is run
Broke his first reception
step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back
of
up
the
defender,
afternoon.
give him a little bit of space. All you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. On second down, Hill. And he'll be brought down this
Try to
time
truck that
at the
guy, but
5-yard
stood his
line.
ground pretty hard, but we pick up the first down anyways. That's first and goal on their 5-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened
The
up
game
a
plan
little
is
bit,
always
maybe
protect
anticipating
Dalton
a pass instead of the
with the
run
rushing. But we've been beating them up pretty good inside, and I actually like where their coverage sits.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to
My fullback just couldn't get out there a little bit faster to get that early block.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They send Green to the left on his own. Snap came at 1. Now here's Dalton. And he's got it.
Too easy.
Bengals.
Just had just enough time.
His second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score.
So we strike first as we actually kind of slice Philadelphia's defense apart. Now we get to see what they can do offensively as our defense takes the field
a touchback as that sails over the end line
for their first possession of the game.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets
Zach Ertz actually been doing really good fantasy football.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the
I don't
size
have
of
him,
these
but
players nowadays.
played against
The
him and he
guys
almost
6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys
was the
used to
person I
be
was playing against
basketball
today.
players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying
So
on
they're trying to establish the run
3 to
early,
4 yards on first down,
which is good for them. I think they
for the
should.
rest of the drive.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
But they're not going to have much success, as that might be a hold on them.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
What?
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away
I
from
don't know
that
where a face mask call
Sometimes
was,
you just get
but
out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away,
I guess.
and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this
Come
one
on, I
down
already know
about
that's
the
gonna be on us.
23-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And I know it's hard in live
They
action,
get
but
free
you've got to keep
30
your hands
yards.
away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Because of
You work on it
face
all the
mask
time,
call.
making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Now this is going to be a testament to our defense, because we never faced an offense like this before.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
So it's going to open up the running lane a lot by trying to spread us out.
On any running
But
play that's called,
I
they're
trust in my
always
front
hoping
four
that's gonna
to
break
get that
big
job done.
and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially
And they must
the
know
same
they can't
play
be
again,
one-dimensional
continue
on
to move
passing the
on
ball.
the ground,
They got to
or
be
you
able
can
to try to
decide
establish some
throw
type
the
of
ball
run game.
because usually
Keep
you
our
have the
defense
back
honest.
on its heels.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball.
We'll actually go with the 4-6 here.
Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
We'll actually go with a zone blitz.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. This will be caught at about the 6. It's a loss
Pretty good
of
play
a full
call.
3 yards, and it brings
Maybe if
up
that was
fourth
a
down.
wheel route,
Really good
he
defensive
might have had a
effort
chance,
overall
but
over that little
that
swing
was a
pass
pretty
out
good
to
play
the right
call.
side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And Frank's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Alright, so 7-3 ball game with 2:02 left in the first quarter.
This is taken near the 13.
Oh, he could have stood up. Would have been his first punt return of the year.
37-yard line. Here comes the Eagles defense. They work their way back onto the field. They have to recover a little bit. Last time they couldn't stop the run. They really couldn't stop the pass either.
And it wasn't just physically. It's mentally because the offense appears to be a step ahead of them.
So it looks like
No matter
they're
what they call, it's working. So they've got to get something figured out. And usually you need a big play
playing
to
the
get
run
things
here and they're in
turned
the
around.
zone.
They gave up the touchdown on that balance attack last drive. Now this drive. They start the drive on the ground with Hill.
Hill's got to get out there and block that guy.
I always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a
It looks like they're going to
second
leave 2
level play.
safeties over the top, possibly.
They run it again with Hill.
Not allow us
And he's
to
gonna take this one
beat
up
them
only
deep.
to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The play clock's running down. Here's Dalton. Throwing right, and that's complete.
Goes to the money man.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around.
So the way they're playing, they're definitely nervous about us beating them deep. So the curl routes, the comeback routes, all that can definitely
inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. That one
beat him
for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. 1 quarter down. It's the Bengals in the lead. And we're back to Philadelphia after this.
The thing that I'm liking so far about this game is our ability to run the ball and keep their defense on the field and give our defense rest.
Presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought
I mean, it's about like the third, fourth quarter when we really can grind the game out. When we have a lead or if it's close, they'll be too tired of defending the run, and we can beat them for the big plays downfield. The play opens up the play action actually as well.
After the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll come out in the pistol.
Our first option will be a pass play. Pass play. It's like Burrow has one-on-one coverage.
To the left side here for Eifert.
Possibly a flag on the defense.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
I'll take it.
Face mask penalty.
Nah, I honestly didn't see the face mask. Just wanted to just calling face mask out the blue in this game. But hey, I'll take it. The reason I went to this playbook because 3 wide receiver sets that this playbook has.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. And his throw is incomplete.
They had that all cover. I should have went with the underneath route.
Lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense, but in this situation, it was the hands that made
that was a risque throw.
On an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Let's go with the double flares and green on a fly route.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. Looking for someone to throw to. And he'll go down. Brought down.
Probably could have hit Burrow, but I didn't want to force that.
Able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. That's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total
AJ Green could beat the man to the outside. I can go ahead and lob it to the pound cone.
Wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage.
Beautiful throw. Great touch pass by Dalton.
Their dangerous wide receiver. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
And Lowry making his presence known right now.
A sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball
It's a
game.
beautiful touch pass from Dalton to Lowry. Makes this a 14-3 ball game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10.
Oh, good
fake.
move.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
Now what this is about to do is make them start pass happy. because we stopped them to score again. It allows our defense to just go off and go and tee off on their quarterback.
Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking, but you've got to help them get some confidence.
Look at Brad being
You can't
disruptive.
abandon the play calling right now. It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drive.
So their quarterback must not be that great, or their game plan was just try to establish that run.
On play action, they'll throw. And he'll just
Atkins gets in there nicely.
So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. So on fourth down,
To
here's
apply
the
that pressure on the quarterback to have him throw the ball
Well,
away.
they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that
And
incompletion.
their defense is right back on the field, so you know their defense is going to be super tired.
They're enjoying things right now because they've
They
made
haven't
it
been
very
able to
difficult for them throughout the half.
catch their breath at all.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Bengals take possession. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
So we'll go ahead and give
punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the
Hill a little bit of rest.
Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back.
Put in Hainsworth in
It
there.
always is punch counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out.
Oh, they
of the
have
huddle.
no
You can
safety
see
over the top.
sideline really
Actually,
getting
might
to
send
the game.
Eifert in a
So
block.
Defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think
Send
pressure is
Hainsworth on a
always the
wheel
first
route.
way to go.
You love pressure.
I love
We'll
it.
see if they dial it up this drive. He's got time. He's going to float this one deep right. And this is
Look at
inside
that.
5.
And that's why you
A big
toss it
play
up to your
there for
6'4" guy.
Cincinnati. 57 yards.
They took a shot downfield
That's
towards
too
the end
easy.
zone, and it came up with a
One-on-one
big-time
coverage, I
catch,
take
but he was
that
tackled a little bit
anytime.
short of the goal line. Now the defensive guys, they got to pick their heads up and try and hold him to a field goal attempt.
They're all over that. They sent the blitz.
5-yard line, but no further than that. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That's fine though.
And thus far in this NFL season, no touchdown scored for him, and he's not going to get it on that play either.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
We'll go ahead and go shotgun, spread them out. At least try to.
I thought with the 2 touchdown passes,
They're playing the run.
already. He'd go ahead and fling
Looks like I might be able to.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he probably
Try to get in that little crease, but
they won't even sit
no
there
dice.
and play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown. And they might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
nah, we'll just go ahead and take the 3.
And this one is right
Go ahead and put some
through.
points on the board.
And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
Their defense showing that they can't slow our offense down. And their offense showing that they cannot move the ball against our defense. So it goes hand in hand.
So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
But like I thought, they're about to come out passing, but they've come out of that formation a lot and ran the ball, so they could possibly be running here. But I wouldn't be surprised to see an option pass or something of that nature.
Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
And just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
So they go to the opposite side, so we're on blitz.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
They run away from the
And he'll
blitz.
get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Sorry guys, I'm coughing a lot or sniffling. I got a cold right now, so.
Now a play fake here on first down. He targets Jordan.
Oh, how does he hold on?
That one goes for 24 yards.
trying really hard for that not to be annoying.
The offense is doing a nice job selling the play action pass. A lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers.
And he did sell it because my corner bit hard. He beat the wideout beat the corner so bad.
They go play action here on first down.
Let's go.
He'll go down. They got him for a sack. Carlos Dunlap.
I think that's his first sack of the season.
He's able to run him down for a loss of 12.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on.
I think that's Dunlap's first sack of the season.
The cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So they was able to move the ball off that nice little play action play. They've actually went backwards.
Sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Out of the gun now on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
And he's hearing footsteps now. You throw the ball that early, you're hearing footsteps.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
And he misses the field goal.
Back in the good old days,
What's the flag?
and he said everything they did.
It can't be roughing into the kicker.
So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes.
Are you kidding me?
Each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because.
Yeah, I gotta see this. What? I know they didn't call that.
Play was dead.
Okay. I know they did not call that rough into the kicker. That is some BS. If they called that rough into the kicker.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what?
So the Phantom rough into the kicker gives Philly new life to make this either an 11-point game or a 10-point or 7-point game. Mistake, 7-point game.
That was a unit that understood exactly where the first down
that was the most bogus Phantom play pop ever seen in my life.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
So it's starting to get a little new life after that play call. Actually, I'm going to send an all-out blitz here.
If you're making a lot of tackles in a game,
I'm sure they're not passing this route.
You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels: defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the 3rd level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining more than 1 on that play.
And they'll lose a
Here
yard
comes the rain again, and hopefully it does not cut off the power.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is...
Wow, he beat both my guys. And I think they actually put in a different running back.
His first touchdown of the new season. There the Eagles are back within a score. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power and scored.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
And it's up
So
to the
the
goalpost.
Phantom penalty puts them right back in this game.
So that drive, 12 plays in length. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of
I'll
celebration.
take that. Well, they were coming on a blitz.
Offense.
I think it's time to hit them with the play action.
And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
They come out here in the eye. And Dalton to throw.
Ooh, I did not mean to throw it to Eifert. Wanted to go to Hewitt.
It'll be second down.
Wanted to throw it to Hewitt. All right.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's eventually brought down, but not before he reaches the 39, just shy of the 40. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. First and 10 for Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
Oh, why can't I run it? That's the one thing that I hate is when you get hit, most of the time they let you run it, and then other times they won't.
This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's unable to grab it.
So it looks like we're a little flustered after the BS call.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense.
We'll leave Hill in the block. Looks like the right side of the field. It's going to be our shot.
Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he comes back with one complete. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook.
And we're actually,
to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
A 4th down gamble with Dalton. Going right side.
And it pays off. Let's go.
Down near the 20-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is
Are
absolutely
2 and 2 on 4th down conversion this game.
Target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side.
Actually, we're going to run the same play, run on the opposite side.
And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll run it now.
And that could be an easy touchdown.
Take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jeremy Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
The kicking team out now.
That was a big gamble going for it on 4th down. You know, it was 4th and 4, but
This one taken from the 7.
if the protection isn't right,
And he'll take it past the 25
you know, if nobody got open,
up to the 28-yard line.
you know, they get that ball right back with momentum. And that'll be a huge momentum swing for them.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
To be able to get either an extra 3 or score another touchdown and tie the ball game up.
Back in your own territory with just a little time, do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something
we're able to
goes
complete that
wrong,
4th down
you
conversion.
may put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half.
And push it back up to a 2-touchdown lead.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing for his
he tried to go for the pick.
Complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic. People,
So they're definitely picking
him,
on
but
Jackson.
he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Changing up the protection. Probably leaving Ertz to block.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
False start. Offense.
Back to throw again. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll get it out to
So we'll go ahead and
midfield.
let them have this. There's no point of us
Now hold everything here. We're gonna
calling
get
a timeout if they
by
don't
the
make it.
offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And no escaping this
Don't
time
like it's
as
the
he'll
second
go
sack
down.
of the
They got
game.
him for a sack.
They're just probably going to let this clock wind down. I'm not going to call a timeout.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Oh,
So
they were
we've
going to
come
do a Hail Mary.
halftime and
A
what's
little surprising
already a
there, but
two-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Eagles are behind right now and certainly will need to tweak some things. The Bengals, on the other hand, are just showing more of what they showed last week by playing good football. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
Okay, Larry, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Alright, so Philly receives the ball.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter
And that's
number
fine.
3. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Honestly, the only thing that's really kept them in this game, they got the score. Their first drive was, I'll say their first drive was a real drive.
Pretty big deficit, though.
But the past couple of drives, well, the one they got points on was horrendous because of penalties and the flu call, but we're over that. He's out here playing defense once again.
We often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And he's back here in the struggle department.
He doesn't seem like a strong runner. But both his performances are subpar.
Room to run, just not there.
You mentioned last week that it felt like the offensive line was getting beaten to the punch by the guys across the ball.
It was pretty evident, I thought.
I mean, they were off the ball fast, penetrating, getting into the offensive backfield, really spilling a lot of runs before they got started. So I thought your observation was spot on then, and you're right there again this week. Same thing is happening, not able to get started because they're not able to control the point of attack. And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position. Never make the mistake with the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast.
Last time they ran this play, they ran to the opposite side,
they
but
catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
opposite from the Blues, but he cannot contain Dunlap.
It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. It's a gain of 17.
They cannot stop that route.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big
That was
fella runs
man-to-man
routes,
coverage.
it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the
How does he not fumble?
Is to run it, and they've run it well here to start the second half. When you're putting together
Definitely running that ball effectively this time around. That's what you got to do. A lot of the other teams that we played against, once their running game gets stopped, they abandon it, and not for turnovers.
They'll set up a throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from arm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Out of the gun now on third down.
He's feeling pressure already.
Is incomplete.
Everything was covered.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball,
now hopefully
on them and make it tough,
no more roughing into the kicker happens.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And Frank's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline, somewhat happy.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. We'll put our attention now on the Eagles' defense. See if they can regroup a little bit. They gave up the touchdown last drive.
And you know from our meetings with coaches all across the league, one of their pet peeves, when teams get down, a lot of these guys now, they want to treat it like it's a video game or something. Hit reset.
So we ran to the weak side, then the strong side, and we pick up good yardage.
That's not how it works. You're down, you gave up a touchdown, you can't do it again. You have to dig in.
And even though we're running the ball highly
fight it
successfully, it takes away
Reset
from the
buttons.
passing.
It's driving everybody
But
crazy. There are no reset buttons when you're playing in this game.
Preach, Chucky, preach. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down.
they had those
incomplete.
out routes covered.
So a pass interference here, and this is obviously a call we see all the time, but for the defender, it's becoming almost impossible to play defense in some of these situations.
You're trying to play through the receiver to the football. If there's any contact at all before he gets there, those officials will throw the flag and call interference.
False start, offense.
We'll come back with the same play.
They come out here in the eye. Throwing, Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just
We'll go
unable
ahead
to
and sub
complete the
Jordan in
pass.
for this play.
They come up in an offset.
His feet are size he should. If he gets some good blocking, but we can't get all 67.
Only to about the 46.
And that was open.
2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
The best defensive
That
linemen,
play was open.
they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
So Dalton now. He's got his man here.
AJ Green wide open.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
Let's go. Just throw it up there and let AJ Green have it. So Fuller getting picked on here. He gave up the the 3rd and what was it, 15 touchdown to Lowry that probably most likely should have been batted down. Worst case scenario, picked off. And right there was just a nice little toss up, jump ball. And AJ Green comes down with it.
Not going to get chewed up in film session.
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. Oh, nice move. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Oh,
The 12
first
yards
away.
that time and picking up the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations.
Missing tackles
First
like
down.
that.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So far, it looks like we have this game in command unless they score a
They'll
touchdown
come
here,
out in the pistol.
which kind of puts them right back in
Handoff
this.
as they run the counter play. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds.
Good
inside
touchdown
the
saving
30.
tackle by
A
Brad.
really good pickup of 28 yards.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running
That's
back
what you
on
need
that
for a
counter
good
play?
counter.
He's going to be the first running back to possibly crack 100 yards on this defense this year.
But they have to marry up their steps.
Now, granted, we're not going to be able to hold every running back under 100, but
Had a big run. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football.
so just in case they try to go for a fake,
Up in the air, it almost turns into slow
I would think that they're
motion,
just going to go
both
ahead and punt the
sides
ball.
trying to get to the
Punt it,
football,
kick the field goal here,
wondering whether it's gonna go good
and not risk
or
putting
bad
points
for
on
your
the board,
team.
which they do.
Frank's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And sevens and probably even eights. You know, as a kicker, you just have when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They begin the drive with him.
They could have maintained the block.
And brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
That middle of the field was looking very, very nice.
They were stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Time running out here on the play clock. And once again, Hill, he's been busy. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the
So
defensive guys,
here on this play, I'm
hey,
actually
they just won
looking
the
to go to
battle. There wasn't
Eifert.
a big run given up.
Haven't
They don't always
actually been
have
able to
absorb
get
the body
him
bag.
much
Sometimes they
love
dish
so
it
far
out
this season,
themselves.
as we did the past couple. So
Shot here for Dalton. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And fits the
Clutch
exact
reception
right
by
word.
Hewitt.
Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
On the counter, it's Hill. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 7 yards on the pickup.
Over 100 yards once again.
2nd and 3.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Now a pitch out to Hill.
Oh.
Muscles him off. Able to get a couple as he's
Almost
across
made
the
it right
40
over.
to the 41. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on E8. And welcome back. We are in the city.
All right, so we're in the last and final quarter of this game.
It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well.
Actually, going to go ahead and just hand this off to the fullback.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. They come out here in the eye.
Start eating up this play clock.
Almost
make it there.
Down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency break.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I had AJ Green open too.
Able to drop him for a loss of 4.
They were
Defensive
coming.
end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple.
Oh, look at Hill running strong.
Right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
So back-to-back games here of great production and just, you know, his cuts. They're so quick last week and this week.
That comes from confidence, I think. He understands what the defense is trying to do. But I think
you got to hold on to that.
Offensive line that he's just saying the block's going to be there. I'm not worried about it. And we saw that last week. In fact, they were so good last week.
We're actually going to come back to that play, go for the opposite side.
The game and watch the offensive line play one more time. I was so impressed by them. And they're carrying it over to this week. And, of course, when you got a big-time runner behind them, that's a pretty good combination.
Doesn't hurt. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. And look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Play clock winding down. Now carry number 20 here for Hill. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Benny Logan in there on the tackle.
We're going to go ahead and switch backs, put in Hainsworth.
Here, they've got the lead. They
That change of speed back.
That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of
Oh, let's
scrimmage
back in
as
the
they
box.
try and bleed it out.
Boy, look at that push.
And a cutback right sideline. And down he goes, taking it inside.
We're actually going to go ahead.
7. And the seemingly endless drive continues. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
Hustle this up.
Dalton here from the gun. That's complete.
Hey, they green open.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And they'll go on the ground. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here.
So we're going to go with a little simple, little post play. Actually going to have Eifert sit down on his route.
And Dalton to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped.
The linebacker read that like a book.
And now fourth down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the fourth.
The kicking team out.
So, in order for this team, or for this game to become interesting, they would have to score a touchdown here, and I would just have to have a brain fart on offense.
After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence that they just got their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Notice about, say about 10 or 15 yards, he's been kind of off target.
So incomplete on first. Let's
He's
see
not
what
really
second down has in
consistent
store.
from that range.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position, because he creates mismatches.
They might
with his
run.
size.
Nope, they're not
The
running in
slot
here.
Receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Aguilar has it. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
And that's understanding where
That's
the
only his
markers
second
are,
reception, so he's been shut down for most of the game.
Catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a second down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
Right. So since they're throwing it to the flats,
again, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw
we're
the
going to go ahead and
ball
go man to man for this one.
Because if you don't lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now flags come in here.
That kind of changes things up a little bit. That might actually go with the nickel formation here instead of the dime look.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need
Show
to get it
blitz
to 36
and
drop
the coverage back.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right.
Give them a different look.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They're going to go for it. If they go for it, they don't get it. This game is definitely over.
It does, and the defense was right
And
there.
they are.
Played into their hands. They're
We'll go
already
cover for a
slim.
drop.
Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Oh, how was that not picked off?
Unable to convert there on 4th.
That was a beautiful hit.
Now that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique.
Scandal, you gotta have hands.
Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
They come out here in the eye. And Dalton hands to Hill. Stays on his feet. He'll lose yardage.
I already know they're going to be playing a run, so.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there.
You gotta be expecting them to come out with the pressure.
But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
Good juke
And he will
move.
have the 1st down as he gets this
And
to
stayed in
the
bounds. That's
47.
huge right
They
there.
pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead.
Just go ahead and
Confident
let
to
the
throw the
spot
pass
wiggle
and
down.
have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front.
So this game is actually over. A few things I want to talk about. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon dropped. I eventually want to try to do an LP of that, like I said. And the Dead Rising 4 series comes out on the 5th of next month. And of course we'll be continuing on the Metal Gear Solid 5.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. 2nd down following the run.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard
another
line.
1st down and close this game
Good
out.
enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground.
This should be the last play right here.
Dalton with a give to Hill. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
So that's game.
Carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, did Buffalo come back to beat New England? Why in the comment section let me below that is paying attention to the Buffalo New England game. If I'm not mistaken, I think New England was up like 20-10 or like 20-17.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Cincinnati, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Eagles,
that'll be our final road game against the Titans. And we'll see how they are and what their record is, and
return to action in 2 weeks' time.
see if we can't beat up on them. Look at that beautiful pass. I mean, we're out there playing pitch and catch, man. I mean, that's just that's some backyard stuff right there.
And the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Garr.
That's good. About 168 rushing yards, 248 passing yards. No, and I ain't want to say nothing. I ain't want to jinx it, but 0 interceptions and 72.7% passer completion. As AJ Green racked in 4 receptions, the Rook grabbed in 6. We have a great balance. We could keep this going. Yo, we could probably go undefeated. You know, the sky's the limit. So far, it's really only been that one struggle game. But, you know, other than that, and I think we threw an interception that game. Yeah, we threw an interception that game, which made it close. So. And of course, we got some upgrades to handle. Definitely gonna upgrade that awareness to 70. Get him going on the press. Get that tackling a lot better. That tackling was a little bit weak. And our defense is just, I mean, with our defense being so young and so talented, and just be able to upgrade them throughout the season, it's going to help a lot. We got a very, very young, talented defense. You know, at times they could give up the big plays, definitely our corners, but, you know, other than that, I definitely like this defense a lot. Want to get his release lethal to 70, then we can work on that awareness. Then we'll work on that play recognition. So I think that was pretty much all defensive guys getting that upgrade. So we go 3-0 on the season. We'll just go ahead and scout the guys out. I know I said this will probably be my last year doing this Madden. Like there's some pretty good talent coming out this year. Let me go ahead and advance. And if you guys didn't see in that first video, I did sign Madison, I think, to a 6-year contract extension. And so if you guys did peep out and was wondering, you know, why the Bengals come this week as the #1 ranked defense, how will the Titans fare against the vaunted defense? and the Titans are 0-3. Well, we'll see if they play like an 0-3 team, and then we come back at a home game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. So let's go ahead and save here. This is the end of the video. Hopefully you guys come back again to watch us take on the Tennessee Titans in our final road game. Should be pretty good, pretty battle tested, and I won't take them lightly. Until next time, that's not the outro. Until next time, it's your boy Codebreaker00X out. Peace.